Intermittent fasting works for weight loss because you feed your body during the hours that it can best use the calories you consume for energy. So, does it matter how much you eat or how many calories you consume when your eating window opens up? I'll address those questions in this video. Many of the intermittent fasting studies that have been performed showed that by simply reducing the number of hours during which participants consumed food, they lost weight. And in many cases, there were no restrictions placed on the participants as far as what or how much food they could eat during their eating window. I reviewed many of these studies in my new book, Intermittent Fasting Diet Guide and Cookbook, which I am thrilled to say is now available for you to pick up through Amazon or any of the major book retailers. So I hope you pick up a copy, and please excuse the plug. But the obvious question that these studies lead us to ask is, does that mean calories are unimportant when you are fasting? In other words, can you eat whatever you want without consequences as long as you eat everything within fewer hours? After all, it worked for the research participants, but that might be an important point. So let's take a look at what it means to be in a study. Participants in scientific studies are monitored to ensure that they are sticking with the fasting guidelines established by the research team. These studies are carried out over several weeks or months, which means that the participants are fasting every day for long stretches of time. So we have to ask, did their consistent effort reduce their need to count calories? Well, we know that the human body likes routine and adapts when presented with a new one. For instance, if you have been a regular breakfast eater in the past, your body adjusts to your routine and produces digestive enzymes and triggers hunger hormones in anticipation of that meal. If you switch up your routine by skipping breakfast, your body will continue to anticipate food at breakfast time for a few days, but it will soon adapt to your new pattern. By sticking to a consistent fasting routine, it's possible that the participants experienced less hunger during their fasting periods, which translated into a more sensible diet during their eating window and an observed decrease in calories that we see in these research studies. Therefore, you will likely find that calories matter less when you adhere to a strict and consistent fasting routine because you naturally eat less without conscious effort. It's also worth noting that recognizing true hunger is a skill many of us have lost. The refined foods that make up so much of the standard American diet get digested and absorbed quickly into your bloodstream. The resulting blood sugar spike is followed by an inevitable crash that brings hunger back sooner than we would expect. On top of that, years of eating these low-value foods have left many of us insulin resistant, which means that even if we take in a lot of quick digesting calories, our cells resist the energy and our cravings for more food never go away. Therefore, if your diet was poor before coming to intermittent fasting, you may find that it is necessary to remaster the skill of recognizing true hunger. Until then, it's a good idea to keep track of how many calories you are consuming. And this brings us to another point to consider when you are questioning if calories matter when intermittent fasting, which is the macronutrient breakdown of your diet. One of the benefits of fasting is that it puts your body in a hormonal state that favors fat burning. This is primarily accomplished by keeping the fat-storing hormone that we call insulin low. Insulin's job is to shuttle food nutrients out of the blood and into the cells where they can be burned for energy. If there's no immediate need for energy, the excess gets stored as body fat. When you fast, there's no food coming in, so insulin has no work to do. The result is a consistently low insulin level, keeping you in a favorable fat-burning state. When you start eating, insulin rises in response to the food, but how much of a rise depends on what you are eating. Foods that are high in carbohydrates, particularly refined treats and sugary drinks, will cause the steepest spike in insulin. Protein will create a moderate peak, and fat will cause little, if any, rise in insulin. Another advantage of eating fat is that it digests and burns slowly, keeping hunger under control. That reduction in hunger will help you to naturally and subconsciously eat less often. Therefore, the hunger satisfaction and low insulin levels that result from pairing fasting with a low-carb, high-fat diet will give you a weight loss edge. And if you're making the progress that you desire, this way of eating may reduce the need for you to track calories. The takeaway is this: intermittent fasting has been shown to naturally reduce the number of calories you take in throughout the day, reducing your need to count calories. However, to maximize this benefit, you'll be happiest with your results if you adhere to a consistent fasting routine. And if weight loss is your primary goal, you'll help your body to lose weight by choosing low-carb, high-fat foods during your eating window. And if you're coming from a diet that has been high in refined and sugary foods and drinks, you may have trouble recognizing true hunger. So calorie counting will benefit you until you feel more in control of your appetite. Intermittent fasting can be a game changer for you. It is the perfect complement to a healthy low-carb diet. I encourage you to pick up my new book. Not only do I go over the best ways to fast, but I also share how to eat during your eating window to maximize your results. And the book comes with more than 50 original recipes that will get you up to speed quickly. You can follow the links here in the video and below in the description area to get a copy for yourself. Please join my channel before you go by clicking the subscribe button, and thanks so much for watching.